Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I want to talk about Andy and Brittney in this last episode of Love After Lockup. So Andy was trying to do everything in his power to get Brittney to just chill out. So he suggested that him and Brittney go inside, he make her some breakfast, they go fishing, and just chill out. So soon as Andy goes inside and starts cooking, Brittney walks up and her whole energy has completely shifted. I don't know if she did something in the bathroom before or she was just feeding like crazy, but she was just trying to pick fights with Andy over every stupid little thing. And even Andy called her out. He's like, "What is wrong with you? You're just fine outside." Before she walked into the kitchen, she was telling the producers that she was still struggling and she was doing everything in her power not to run off and use, and she's blaming Andy for triggering her. And at this point, Brittney is just looking at anyone to point the finger at and blame for her wanting to get high. Andy's a trigger, the kids are a trigger, her Facebook Messenger is a trigger, the damn pancakes are a trigger. At this point, Brittney would probably call a piece of construction paper a trigger. Andy was trying everything to be accommodating, like cooking Brittney a nice home-cooked meal after getting out of prison. But what he has to realize, when you have someone on drugs and they're wanting to get high, no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to get their mind off wanting to get high when they're hyper-focused on using. It didn't matter if Andy had all the money in the world and sent her to a spa and get her nails done and had her rubbed on all day, just being wined and dined. Brittney will still try to find a way to say everything is a trigger, and she's gonna find a problem with everything unless you're putting money in her hand and letting her go run off and use the car and have full control of everything. So Brittney walks in and she starts badgering the man, saying, "I thought you didn't like pancakes." And Andy was like, "Yeah, I don't like fishing either, but here I am, I'm trying to work with you." It's called meeting somebody halfway, something clearly Brittney knows nothing about. Maybe she should try it one day. But Brittney, she just seems like a master manipulator, and she's gonna find one way or another to manipulate the conversation to suit her narrative. So she was just drilling Andy, wanting for him to say one wrong thing so she can have an excuse to go run off and use and blame it on Andy and say Andy's the one triggering her. So when Andy asked Brittney what was wrong with her all of a sudden, she said that she was just asking questions, and Andy said, "Well, ask away, I'm an open book." So Brittney didn't hesitate. She jumped all over the opportunity to ask Andy some questions and immediately asked Andy when she was going to be getting the rest of the money he owes her, because he still owes her $700. And Andy said he still had the money, and Brittney was like, "Okay, let's go get it then." And Andy said, "Well, we got to wait until Monday because it's $700. I can only pull $500 out of my bank." And Brittney was like, "Okay, well, I need it like right now because I give all my money to my kids." Which I'm not buying that at all. Probably spend it on drugs, and that's why she's switching up all of a sudden, because I didn't see her give her kids no money at all. And what else are you going to go through $500 that fast unless you have like big bills you're paying? And if Andy told you he was dealing with fraud on his bank account, why would you give up every last dime of your money? That don't even make any damn sense. I could maybe understand she said, "Well, I gave my kids $100, or something like that." But I'm not buying Brittney let herself go broke to give her kids all the money that she had. So Andy was like, "I don't know what to tell you. If you want the full $700, then you gotta wait till Monday because it was the weekend." And Andy said he can only pull out $500 on the weekend, and Brittney could not wait just a few more days for Monday to be here. She needed the money right now, and she was not going to get off Andy until she got it. And you could tell she was plotting on Andy, and she has a plan, because she started asking Andy about the car that he promised her, and he said, "Yeah, I got a car for you, but I also got to get to work, so you can drop me off at work and then you can use it all day." And Brittney was like, "I thought you said it was my car." And he's like, "It is." And she's like, "Okay, then where's the title for it?" And he said, "It's being financed, so I don't have a title for it." And she's like, "You're just trying to control me. That's not my car then." She was reminding me of Heather for a minute with how entitled she was acting here. And Brittney threw a fit because he didn't have a car to immediately give her all to herself. Which Andy should have never overpromised her all this stuff that he could not immediately deliver on. But that's how you can tell Brittney don't give a damn about this man. Because if she was really wanting to be his partner, she would be willing to take him to work for a while and use it all day long. And later down the road, push the subject again. And when things are better, try to get your own car. Instead, she's saying screw Andy and him having to get to work. I don't want the car unless it's all mine, and she's just all out for herself. And you can tell she's scheming and plotting on a way out, because why, number one, do you need that much money immediately that you can't wait just a few more days? And she couldn't even settle on $500 just for the weekend. She had to have the full $700, and she's trying to get his car and the title so she can get one last grab from him and take him for as much as she can before she dips out. So then Brittney said, just keep it real with me. Are you broke or not? So then she made Andy pull out his phone, pull up his bank app, and show how much he had in his bank account on national TV. And he had like 3,000 and something. And the struggle is real out here. Most people don't even have that in their account. So he proved to her he most definitely has Brittney's money, but she's literally going to be taking a fifth of the dude's money he has in his bank account. And if you really cared about someone, you wouldn't put them in a stressful situation for your own immediate gain. Like, I got my car stolen like 2 years ago, and me and my man have been sharing a car up until just like a month ago. And I would never consider trying to take someone's last and try to take their car all for myself when Brittney is even working and Andy has a job that he has to get to and from every single day. And how is Andy going to keep taking care of Brittney if he isn't working? And that's why you can tell this girl don't give a damn about this dude, because she's only thinking short term. She doesn't care about the long run and what's going to happen with him a year from now. And if that was Andy, I would have been like, yeah, I told you I was going to give you $700, but now you're acting like a entitled brat, so now I'm good. So then they argued some more because Brittney wasn't believing that Andy really had fraud charges on his bank account. So he pulled up his bank where he had like some gambling transactions. So like one was for 100, another was for 100 here. But Brittney got suspicious because Andy says he has yet to report these transactions to his bank. And Brittney was like, I thought you told me you already reported this. So Brittney told the producers that she was annoyed with Andy because he promised her a phone, money, a car, and he knew what she was going to need when she got out. Now he's not following through. And Brittney said her biggest thing is mean what you say and do what you say. And I just thought that was mighty hypocritical coming from Brittney, who also promised Andy all these things, sold this man a dream with all this jail talk, and then came out and did not follow through with one single thing that she promised him. And the wife, when I spoke with Andy's ex-wife, she said that he's had 3 different workers' comp settlements. And I think he's about to get his 3rd one soon, or just recently received the 3rd one. And I bet he was probably bragging to Brittney on the phone about these settlements and was like, oh yeah, I got my 3rd settlement coming anytime now. And Brittney was probably like, oh yeah, I got me a king of all sugar daddies right here. You know, most people, they say, oh yeah, you had me at hello. But for Brittney, he probably had her when he said the word settlement. So now she's realizing that he isn't moving as much as she was hoping he was. But what is she bringing to the table? She wants to talk about his bank account, but what's in your bank account, Missy? What's your credit score looking like? What's that criminal history looking like? I bet neither one of those things are looking too bright, so she's the last person that should be looking down on somebody. I would feel some type of way if someone made me show my bank account on national television. I would feel some type of way even if I had it like that and I had like $50,000 in there, because I still wouldn't want people to know my business like that and be pocket watching me. See, I'm petty. If that was Andy, I'd be like, let's see your bank account now. Brittney's sitting here got all this to say but she wouldn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of if it wasn't for Andy. It's just the audacity for me when it comes to Brittney. And it seemed like Brittney was also super annoyed because Andy handled her like a champ. He was being cool, calm, and collective. And you could tell that was getting under Brittney's skin because I think she was hoping he would finally get pushed to the edge with how she was acting. And then she could use that as an excuse to go run off and use. But he was staying calm, and that was just pissing her off even more. Then I saw it for the next episode. I guess Brittney's supposed to be demanding the money even more from Andy. So I hope he finally kicks her to the curb after this next episode. But from what we know from the spoilers from the wife, they're engaged and they're still together. And all I can say is how. Like, I don't know why Andy decided to put up with that long term. But whatever floats his boat, I guess. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Check out my lashes and cosmetics at AccordingtoAmber.com. You can use BOGO and buy one lash and get one free. And this sale is about to end the day after Halloween. So check that if you're interested. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.